James A. Colston was a native of Quincy, Florida, born on July 27, 1909. His father, Needy Colston, was a businessman and a contractor. In his youth, he was enthralled with the idea of becoming a doctor. However, with the Depression hitting the U.S. economy and his parents having to spread the wealth between him and his 6 brothers and sisters, young James Colston would have to make his own way in the world. He worked several odd jobs, earning money to finance his education. He found his spark working as a bellhop. His talent was recognized and he would be promoted bell captain. He majored in biology at Morehouse College, but received a scholarship to pursue a master's in education from Atlanta University. Colston was faced with a pivotal decision to make. Should he persevere through years of medical school with little fiscal benefit, or would he accept the scholarship and embark upon a new path? Colston would graduate from Atlanta University in 1933. He was hired as the principal of Rigby High School in Ormond Beach, Florida. While serving in this capacity, he became enamored with a young English teacher at the school. Dr. Colston would marry Wilhelmina White in 1935. Miss White happened to be the foster daughter of civil rights activist and founder of Bethune-Cookman College, Mary McLeod Bethune.
He had been the president of Bethune-Cookman down in Florida, and he learned the hard way there because Ms. Mary McLeod Bethune was the president, and he married Ms. Bethune's foster daughter. And she admired him, she liked him, and she said, Mr. Colston, I want you to take over this college when I retire. And Colston knew that she was a strong-willed woman and that things may not work out. He said, you know, I'm not sure I need to do this knowing who you are. Oh, no, I won't interfere, she said.
Calm your britches, James. I am perfectly comfortable entrusting my legacy in your hands. What's the worry?
I know you all too well, Miss Mary. You're going to be hiding in the bushes, watching my every move. I just don't want to live like that.
Look, I promise not to meddle in the school's affairs as long as you are in charge. I give you my word, James. Just say that you'll do it.
But of course they clashed because she believed in the trade side of the school and other things like that, and he believed in the academic side. So indeed they clashed. And so he resigned his position and left there.
Dr. Colston, are you seriously considering vacating your post?
It's unfortunate that I have to step away, but I must. It is for the best.
Would you please reconsider? Your work here at the college has been absolutely impressive. We wouldn't want to lose that.
Oh, please, let him go.
Miss Bethune, would you please calm down?
Let him go. He is not fit to be the president of this college or any other.
In 1951, Colston would plant his feet on the campus of Knoxville College, ready to pursue a massive undertaking. The school was nearing bankruptcy and at the point of closure. The student body totaled only 267 students, and the school had 3 presidents in the last 5 years.
And he, in my opinion, came with a mandate to get things done.
Greetings and hearty good wishes to all the members of the Knoxville College family. To our new faculty and students, we extend a most cordial welcome and express our hopes that you will find your work and studies at Knoxville College both inspiring and enjoyable. Naturally, it is our hope that those of you who are returning either as faculty or as students will find ever-increasing satisfaction in your experiences at the college. We are deeply grateful to the many representatives of colleges, universities, and organizations who have come to participate in the inaugural exercises. We are inspired by your presence and want to do everything possible to make you feel that your experience here on our campus was adequately rewarding for the sacrifices of time, energy, and money involved in your coming. Also, to several personal friends who have come considerable distances to be with us on the inaugural occasion, I want to express my thanks. May I say to our visiting friends that I believe you will find in our Knoxville College family a fine group of enthusiastic students, a stimulating and hospitable faculty, and an inspiring group of trustees.
And I often describe him as a master at public relations and a genius at fundraising, and vice versa. Because he knew how to raise money, he had the charisma, he had the know-how. He didn't believe in micromanaging. He made sure he had a strong dean to operate the campus while he was out raising money.
Colston became a man on a mission. He led the charge for Knoxville College to receive full accreditation. At his first official board meeting, he made the following proposition.
Make program expenditures of $59,000 from the Board of American Missions and the Knoxville College Board with the understanding that I will approach the General Education Board for a like amount. The chairman of the board will appoint a committee to revise the bylaws eliminating dual control of the college. That the list of administrative, instructional, and maintenance employees that I have submitted be approved.
All three of his requests were approved. He and his business manager, Herbert H. Gunn, were now authorized to sign checks using both signatures. At the board meeting on January 14, 1952, he was notified that the college had been placed on probation due to its low salary scale and student expenditure.
The Southern Association stated that we could remedy these issues by increasing the salary of 4 faculty members. Have you looked at the numbers?
We've looked over the books and we should be able to meet these requirements easily. Here, if we allocate $300 across the board, the schedule should be up to the standard.
Excellent. We have much needed repairs and improvements to make. It would be a great feat to establish a fine arts facility on this campus. Resident quarters for faculty. That could be a most valuable addition.
There's still about $6,000 in the school improvement fund. We can use that to rehab the buildings and dorms. The Mary Young estate had bequeathed us $54,000. We have more than enough money to meet our needs and then some. We can purchase books for the library, lay the groundwork for the faculty residence, and raise the fine arts building.
A final bill for the fine arts building construction, $101,862.93. The board was more than impressed with Dr. Colston's influence.
My, Dr. Colston. I must admit that things did look bleak for a while, but I did not see this coming. Never before have we seen such a transformation on this campus. As far as I'm concerned, you should serve as college president indefinitely.
And he cultivated corporations and the right kind of people to sit on the board of trustees. And the right kind of people meant that they either had money they could contribute, or they knew people who could contribute. So even though it was always tough to raise money, Colston never had a real problem raising money. His problem was trying to raise money to build all the buildings he wanted to build. In fact, he had 10 new buildings when he left Knoxville College, and that was really unheard of. So the college was in very good shape when he left it because he knew how to operate.
Colston's efforts and passion for KC saved the school from the cusp of failure and ushered in an era of prosperity. The operating budget increased exponentially from $180,000 to $1.4 million. Faculty grew from 36 employees to 175. The student population increased almost 300% from 331 to 843. The school also regained the respect of the academic community. To maintain this rapid rate of growth, the highest effort from Dr. Colston would be demanded. A larger staff and student body necessitated more space. How would he manage the school's operations and travel to raise the necessary funds for the college? Enter Dr. Lee Lewis Campbell. Dr. Campbell was a highly decorated scholar and military veteran. The former Army captain and Bronze Star recipient spent time at Tuskegee and Tennessee State before coming to KC. In the capacity of college dean, Dr. Campbell carried out Dr. Colston's orders to the letter, with Dr. Campbell maintaining the day-to-day operations of the school. Dr. Colston was free to focus on the business of the college.
This is incredible, Dr. Colston. Our campus is once again overflowing with students eager to learn.
The sun is indeed shining down on KC. One thing's for certain, we will require more dormitories and classrooms to serve the students properly.
Word of Colston's successful approach spread wide. In March of 1954, he was the principal speaker at Monmouth College. In the March 1954 edition of the Aurora, the student body expressed their pride in Dr. Colston's accomplishment.
Very often, we, the students of Knoxville College, pick up a paper stating certain accomplishments made by our president, Dr. Colston. This, of course, makes us proud of him and glad that he is our president. Of course, we are aware of his work on our campus, but it makes us especially happy when other people notice his capabilities elsewhere. Dr. Colston is forever trying to better the conditions here on the campus, and most of all, he encourages high scholarship. He is in every way an incentive to us. I guess that's why we beamed with pride when we read the News Sentinel and it stated, Dr. James Colston, Knoxville College president, has been awarded an honorary Doctor of Law degree from Monmouth College. He is the first Negro honored by the college. He received the award yesterday when he was the principal speaker at the Liberal Arts School's 100th anniversary honors convocation. He was also the first Negro to be the convocation speaker. Dr. Robert W. Gibson cited Dr. Colston's outstanding leadership in the field of higher education and distinguished service as president of Knoxville College.
In March of 1954, he became the first Negro to receive an honorary doctorate from Monmouth College in Illinois. Dr. Colston had big dreams of expanding the college. The grind to raise funds for more buildings and necessities to support the school's growth came second nature to Dr. Colston. With his expertise and vision, new facilities began to populate the campus, including Colston Hall, a woman's dorm erected in 1959. The expert fundraiser would erect 11 buildings, including the A.K. Stewart Science Building and 6 dormitories. The campus library was also in need of serious upgrades to keep with the minimum standards for accreditation.
Our current facility was built in 1909, need I remind you. At the time, the library was intended to hold 15 volumes of books for no more than 300 students.
But the building has been renovated many times throughout the years.
Yet it is still insufficient. Our library should have the capacity for 275 students, not to mention at least 50,000 volumes.
Dr. Colston, I don't know if we...
Oh, ye have little faith. The good Lord has not lifted us up out of the darkness, only to stand still.
It's not a matter of faith, but a matter of practicality, Dr. Colston. This type of edifice is sure to cost us almost $1 million. The collection alone will cost us at least $500,000.
The Memorial Library was constructed in 1966. This same year, Dr. Colston would leave his post as KC president and take a new position as the first Black president of the Bronx Community College in New York City, New York.
Colston never had a real problem raising money. His problem was trying to raise money to build all the buildings he wanted to build. In fact, he had 10 new buildings when he left Knoxville College, and that was really unheard of. So the college was in very good shape when he left it because he knew how to operate.
When you think of Knoxville College and success, one word comes to mind: Colston. The KC president will now take his talents to the Bronx Community College. He was named by the Knoxville Round Table of Christians and Jews as the person who had done the most to advance brotherhood in Knoxville and Knox County. Dr. Colston, talk to us about Knoxville College and the fantastic legacy that you are leaving behind.
It was difficult for me to step away from the school. You have to remember that I have devoted a large portion of my professional life to KC. The brotherhood, fellowship, and love here cannot be taken for granted. There is no guarantee that these things will be in New York.
That is true. But you can't deny that this is a historic appointment, you becoming the first Negro president of the Bronx Community College. I imagine that the junk house is busy as a bee right now, with you and your wife packing up 15 years of memories and success here at Knoxville College.
The good Lord sent me to KC to save this dear school from going under. And that's what we did. I believe that the present student generation of Negroes will make a contribution to the world like never before. I truly believe this. The shackles are finally lifted, and the American Negro will be a new man.
The Round Table has decided to award a Colston Scholarship to honor the work that you have done here at Knoxville College. Mayor Leonard Rogers has proclaimed today to be James A. Colston Day here in the city of Knoxville. There is no denying that your influence on this campus will be missed. One case in particular is how you handled questions of race during your tenure.
I recall a situation. It was myself and a few of the students here. They wanted to pick my brain about what to do about desegregation. I suggested that they sit down with the business and community leaders to work towards a solution. But if you choose to demonstrate, just be your best self.
It's an excellent time to mention that KC students were always proactive in affecting change in their community. They refused to stand by idly and accept the status quo. On one occasion, they had a qualm concerning the food that was being served in the campus cafeteria. They protested around campus, from the administration building to the lawn of the president's home.
Brothers and sisters, this is the slop that they give to us. It looks and smells like vomit. They wouldn't feed this crap to a dog. I don't know about y'all, but I've had enough. No more.
Hey, Mr. President, we know you're home. Come on out and face us. We demand answers and we want them now.
In March of 1960, 30 students from Knoxville College left campus and made their presence felt at the local downtown diners and lunch counters.
Yeah, I was a sophomore at Knoxville College when Dr. Martin Luther King, as a commencement speaker in 1960. And of course, I really appreciated that because we had already begun the civil rights movement here in Knoxville while I was president of the student government. And to have Dr. King on that stage really was meaningful. As president of student government, I organized and initiated the sit-in movement at Knoxville, where we went into downtown Knoxville and sat in at lunch counters and stood in at movie theaters to get the lunch counters to segregate and to get the movie theaters open. Of course, it took some time. I had graduated from Knoxville College before the desegregation took place, but I'm honored that I was on the front end of all that to get the student body involved in participating in those demonstrations.
They were frustrated with the countless yet fruitless talks of negotiated integration. Progress did not come fast enough to satisfy the appetite of KC students, and they chose to take action. The decision, however, wasn't unanimous. Although many Black community leaders believed that the movement would not be delayed, others feared the repercussions as the school had already received several bomb threats. After the students' demonstration on Gay Street, then president of the KC student government, Robert Booker, was called into Dr. Colston's office. Mayor John Duncan was concerned that the student demonstrations might get out of hand, and he wanted to see young Robert Booker at Student Hall right away.
As you know, the merchants downtown have been discussing integrating the district for a while now. I don't understand why you would all make this move now.
Mayor, these merchants continue to give excuse after excuse as to why they have yet to integrate the lunch counters. We won't stop until we get action, and we're prepared to go to jail if necessary.
I don't want to put anyone behind bars, Robert. I prefer to have this matter resolved peacefully.
Well, we were involved with the sit-ins and the protests at the movie theater. But some people in Knoxville said, I wish we didn't have to go through that. I wish we could talk to the presidents of the five and dime stores, the people who have the lunch counters and whatever, so we could get this done without demonstrating. So people in the Chamber of Commerce and the mayor of Knoxville, John Duncan Sr., said maybe we need to go to New York and talk to those people and see what we can do. So as president of student government, I was selected to go. as well as Marion Toot Smith, who was very much involved in the movement. She was a native Knoxvillian, as I was. So we went to New York, and of course they refused to see us because they said if we see a delegation from Knoxville, we're going to have to see delegations from all over the South, and we're just not going to get into that. So that trip was unsuccessful.
KC students were weary of waiting on the powers that be to come up with a solution, and once again, they sprang into action. They would orchestrate sit-ins at an assortment of stores, and when the students would leave for summer break, Black community leaders would fill in. Movie houses, lunch counters, and other public facilities would not integrate until July 5th, 1963.
We cannot lean on racial handicaps as an excuse for slackness in study and other personal performances. I have always wanted to feel that Knoxville College could be counted as an interracial goodwill center of the community. They must educate themselves as much as possible to take their place in the new world around them. It was a hard decision to take this job. I will miss Knoxvillians very much, but my time here at KC has come to an end. The school, as it stands today, is strong, but the future calls. There's a new campus to be built in New York.
The Colston family moved upstate, living in an apartment located about 10 minutes from the Bronx Community College campus. As the first Negro to head an institution in the state of New York, Colston was received with welcome arms. His inauguration was held on Sunday, April 23, 1967. His address, titled A Sense of Direction, spoke about the societal forces that were changing education around the nation.
The space-time revolution, which is rapidly advancing us towards one world in terms of space and time, with advancements in transportation and communication, involves all people. The world is being increasingly welded into one community. Education is being influenced by urbanization and population expansion. We are becoming a tiny globe with 3 billion human beings. Higher education has a responsibility to create conditions in which the equality of opportunity can become a reality for all people. This explosion of knowledge has given perspective. There's 100 times as much to learn now than there was in the 1900s. By the year 2000, knowledge will increase 1,000-fold.
And of course, Knoxville College were very lucky to get him, a man with that kind of experience who came and told the Board of Trustees, this is what we need to do to have a successful college. I must have a certain amount of control. I need to have a certain amount of PhDs on the campus. They have to be paid a certain salary. And all things like that, he just had to know how his ducks were in a row. So he not only made a successful college, but he was able to get the top accreditation for Knoxville College, because before his time, Knoxville College was acceptable with the Southern Association of Secondary Schools and Colleges, but it did not have the top rating until he demanded certain changes that acquired that rating.
Dr. Colston's effect on Knoxville College was unparalleled. This giant amongst men brought evolution to the education of KC. During the Colston era at KC, enrollment increased by more than 3.5 times. The operation budget grew over 1,000%. The college was fully accredited before he matriculated, becoming one of the first Negro colleges at the time to attain full membership. In 1969, the school dedicated the new Colston Center for the Performing Arts in his honor. Dr. Colston retired in 1976 from the Bronx Community College. He later died of a heart attack on January 21, 1982, in Greensboro, North Carolina. He was 72 years old.